Hey everybody, welcome to Urban Rush. It is Wednesday, but it feels like Monday. It's November 16th, 2011. We have a great show coming up for you today. I'm Fiona Forbes.
And I'm Michael Eckford, and lo, the storm rolled in today.
Oh, it's blustery. It is pouring. The ocean is full. There's no more Stanley Park.
Look at how high the tide is today.
The tide is high, but I'm holding on. I am going to be your number one.
Name
that tune.
Number one.
But it is raining, and you know, they were calling for snow on Friday. Now they've moved the snow to Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, have they? That'd be fun.
Yeah, for the weekend, I don't care.
But is that on your iPhone? Because the iPhone, their weather forecasting on that is
the Weather Network.
Crap.
They pretty much change it every 15 minutes. They look up and they go, oops.
Anyway, I'm just very excited today because my wife is returning home from, she was away in Mexico for a week for a vacation.
Was she at Cabo Wabo again?
She was at Cabo Wabo and Squid Row and everywhere else in Cabo San Lucas. And it's very exciting having her home. It's great to see her and everything. But
Is she returning home in one piece this time?
Yes, she is returning home, and I am returning our children. Well, not really. She's coming home.
You're returning them? You guys live together.
No, I'm not returning them. But she's coming home.
Something happened?
And no, the children are fine. And for any father that has to care for his own children for a week, it's just there's so much pride in the fact that the kids there's no new scarring physically, emotionally. They're all good.
They're intact. Done.
The best dad ever. Not because I did anything special, but because everyone survived.
And they didn't kill each other.
They didn't kill each other. They didn't kill me. It's just
Congratulations.
Good. Thank you. It's.
Wow, you said thank you like you just accepted an Oscar.
But I feel really good about it.
It's a week.
I take care of my kids all the time. Like I'm a very involved father, but to have them for a full, solid week by yourself, that's a lot of kid, man. There's a lot of stuff going on all the time. And usually there's someone to share it with. So I'm just very proud of myself. Just gonna brush those shoulders off a little bit.
This morning it was announced who the sexiest man alive is, according to People magazine. Michael Eckford. No, it's Bradley Cooper. The Coop, he's a sexy man. He can speak fluent French, which is very sexy.
Did he really?
He did that in an interview recently, and I have to say it upped his sexiness to me.
C'est très bon.
See, that's why. But runner-up on the front cover, if we look again, is Ryan Gosling, who I have to say, I don't know.
Boy, those guys kind of look similar.
They do. They're both a little scruffy, both a little rough around the edges. I would vote for the Gosling because he's Canadian. You know, everybody looks at him as
Ryan Gosling, what I love about him is how weird he seems to be.
Yeah.
I really approve of that.
He seems like a really odd duck, and I enjoy that.
I think there's enough normalcy in the world and in Hollywood especially. I like a little weird. I like it when people are strange.
When you're looking for your sexy man, you like him a little weird?
I like him a little strange. I like my guys a little strange. What can I say? I don't like those run-of-the-mill dudes.
Because I put it out there on Twitter if people agreed or disagreed. Because, I mean, Bradley Cooper is sexy no matter how you put it, right?
Yeah.
So who's going to argue with that one?
It's going to cause some debate, though, I bet.
I asked people who they thought was sexy. And you know, it's funny, Victor Lucas, our good buddy from Electric Playground, he thought you were robbed.
Come on.
And
you little scamp.
Another one of our viewers said his vote for you must have gotten lost in the mail. But another viewer voted for Brendan Fletcher, who's coincidentally on our show tomorrow.
B-Fletch.
B-Fletch.
Sexiest man alive. See, he has a little bit of weird.
He's got a lot of weird.
So that
Tune in tomorrow, you'll see it.
That's the international symbol for just a little weird. I hope.
I don't know what you're doing.
I hope it's not a symbol for something else. Weddings can be very complicated. They're, of course, a joyful occasion for most people, but...
For most people. Except for those who are dragged to the altar.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking, like, weddings, I mean, if your kids
Unless you've got a runner.
Yeah, there's a lot of logistics that go into weddings sometimes. So it can be a bit of a burnout. It can be a bit of a stressful time, but, of course, joyful in the end. And the actual wedding day, you'll have a lot of anxiety about that. And there is a couple in Eastern Canada, in Nova Scotia. This is one of the greatest wedding photos I think I've ever seen. This is not photoshopped, people.
Oh, good Lord.
That is the resort where they were about to get married. They were doing a quick rehearsal. Their father was in there playing the piano because he was going to play her in. He was evacuated from the building, so they took all their wedding photos in front of the burning building.
Why is she dressed like Mrs. Santa Claus?
No, I didn't even go into that. I didn't want to.
I know it's some people's personal choice.
I didn't want to get into the
But I don't understand what is going on there.
No,
Where is the sleigh?
Where they were getting married burnt down. I'm not making judgments about the theme theme
It's
or
not
the
a
content
judgment.
of their marriage.
It is a question.
Yeah. But boy, that sucker looks flammable, doesn't it? That
Wow,
cape?
yeah.
That looks like that would go up like that.
Totally.
But very fortunate, and they have memories of...
Forevers.
The fire forever.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
Yesterday on the show, Chef at Home Mike Smith was on the program, and when we were setting up, he said, you know, he comes every time he's in Vancouver, he comes on our show, and he said, why am I always standing next to me and not next to Mike? And we shifted around and said, well, Chef, this is why. Mike, you literally come up to his armpit. He is 6'10", I think, and Michael Smith actually makes me look normal size, and I enjoy that.
Well, one of my good friends, a guy named Graham, he is, I think he's actually about an inch taller than Chef Michael, and we both forget now because we've known each other for quite a few years, and we'll be having conversations like on the street or somewhere else. People will take pictures because he's 6'11", I'm 5'11", so there's almost like a foot difference between.
This is why people think I'm 6'4", and they meet me and
in
go,
all honesty,
I thought you'd be so much taller. It's because he lies all the time.
I do. I
am not that tall.
But people are always shocked.
I am 5'10", for the record.
5'7", for the record.
You're 5'7".
I am 5'7".
Is that what you are today?
We have discussed this before. We brought out a tape measure. I was 5'7".
Mike happened to have a tape measure in his pocket.
For some reason, it was jammed.
Anyway. Here's a video of our relationship. Every now and then on the internet, we find a video that represents the relationship here. Here is today's. And thank you for the Benny Hill music. Yes. I always thought this music should be the theme song to our program because it's just very fitting. Do you think?
I could watch that all day.
I have watched it all day.
This is the internet, people. That's all it is.
That's what it was made for.
Thank goodness for the modern world.
Oh, we're going to take a break.